I can feel the hope that's rising in me. It's a good morning.
Yes, it is a good morning. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Source WOCA this Monday morning. It's a good morning, -1. You might want a -2. It's going to get cold tonight. Very, very cold. Where's Robin? Where is Robin? There you are.
Here I am.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
It is a good morning.
Good morning to see you. I wasn't so sure you'd be here today. You had a weekend with the illness.
Yeah, it was about, but
wow. But you're here now.
Took care of
What a weekend. Spending the whole weekend sick, huh?
Yeah.
You were hibernating.
Yes, I was.
I hope you're okay. Well,
Literally. Didn't move from my bed.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see you this morning. I thought for sure Ronnie was going to call and say, she's not well yet, so I'm so glad you're okay.
No, thank you.
All right,
You had fun.
You what? Had fun?
You had fun. You did a couple videos this weekend and stuff.
I did.
Yeah. Nice video.
You know me, Mr. Fun, always having fun. All right, let's see what we're doing this morning. Pastor Walter B. Smith will be on at 7:30, bringing you his 2-minute feature, Bring Back the Bible, and looking forward to hearing what he's got to say. This first real work day of 2014. Mm-hmm. Last Thursday and Friday were not really work days. They were still holiday-ish days.
Yeah, we were partying.
Dr. Mark Mincola is coming on at 7:35. He's a natural health care practitioner. You might want to pay attention to this. He's got some customized healing he wants to tell you about. In fact, that's the title of his book, How to Blend Eastern and Western Medicines. We'll see what he's got to say. 8:35 this morning, we will bring you News Bites. This is the segment of the morning where we take news from around the world and shorten it so that you get the gist of it, and we move on to the next story. Usually cover between 20 and 25 stories in that 23-minute segment. 9 to 5 today, Molly Knight Raskin is coming on. She's a journalist. She's reported for Scientific American Mind as well as Psychology Today, the Washington Post, the Baltimore Sun, and others. She's on the TV show The News Hour with Jim Lehrer, and her book is called No Better Time, The Brief, Remarkable Life of Danny Lewin, the genius who transformed the internet. I can't wait to find out about Danny Lewin. Have no idea who he is. Not really a big student of the internet, but I'm on the internet all the time. It's just like I don't know much about cars, but I'm in a car all the time.
Oh, yeah. Have to be in something or on it. You don't have to necessarily know how it works. And, as long as it works for you.
I can hear your cold.
Yep, it's there.
In your voice. It's so good to hear you, though. Speaking of cars, auto repair with personal care. Matt Gibbs will be in the studio answering your questions about your cars at 10:05, so be sure to call in with your questions. Cold tonight. You might want to ask him a question. If you don't, I'll ask it for you. Anything we need to do? There's a hard freeze planned for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Not planned, but expected. 10:35, Tim Jarvis is one of the world's leading explorers, and he has been down to Antarctica. I guess it's pretty easy to...
I guess you could explore Australia.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
And anyway, he's going to tell us about his book called Chasing Shackleton, recreating the world's greatest journey of survival, coinciding with a 3-part PBS documentary commemorating the 100th anniversary of Shackleton's original exploration of Antarctica. So we'll be entertained with that. I always love stuff like that. Hey, and on a day where there's an Arctic front moving our way, we want to hear about something really cold, don't we?
Yeah, it's appropriate. This guy is incredible.
All right, fun with Joe today. If Joe is back, I think he is, back from his trip to the Carolinas. I don't know if you knew this, but Saturday, January 4th, was National Trivia Day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so, in honor of National Trivia Day, I have some trivia questions.
Oh, cool.
Although, we do it almost every day with Joe and fun with Joe, right?
Yep.
And then our segment with Galen later on. Very fascinating thing. In Japan, now some people will say, Larry. That's not really true. But I just want to tell you what I read. In Japan, it is possible to be discriminated against because of your blood type.
Really?
And now the Larry part of what I just said is probably because mainstream Japanese probably don't buy into this, but there is a certain segment of Japanese culture that will not want to have anything to do with you. Let's see, nothing more than those with B or AB blood types, around 30% of the population, can be discriminated against. B and A. That's me.
Yeah, and I'm an A.
Yeah. So
A negative.
So for some reason, so I want to bring it up to Galen, and I have some other odd, discriminating behaviors that we as people engage in. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah. So
who would know?
Now, to say that it's in Japan is very false. It'd be like saying all Americans are prejudiced against, and then fill in the blank, because there's no blanket statement for any of that, right?
Yeah.
But you could say, for example, you could say there are certain people who are prejudiced against those who are Aquarians or Pisces. You know what I mean? Like an astrological sign. So if you said all Americans were, that would be crazy, but there might be a group that doesn't like Pisces or something.
Right.
Aquarians. I'll use my own. I'm sure there's other Aquarians out there. But anyway, so we'll talk about that. I never heard anything like that before. So
No, never.
and maybe Galen can actually shed some light as to why those two blood types might be discriminated against. There might be some basis for it. So we'll find out. And we'll do that. We'll take a second look at some of these news items. And first, let's go to the phone. Oops. What was that?
I don't know. I didn't touch my mic. It's right there.
No, I hit the spring.
Oh, okay.
I'm teasing. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. Condolences to Robin. The Green Bay Packers lost yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard they lost. So no Super Bowl this year. Thank you.
Yeah, and I emailed a news story over to you early this morning, and maybe you're going to use it during the news bites and maybe not, but I figured it might be of some interest.
Oh, I did. And it's in regards to a woman who was rescued during World War II. She was in a concentration camp. All of her family got killed.
That's the one.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you, Jim, for that. I don't think it's a news. It could be a news bite piece. I wanted to share it with Hank and those guys. So
yeah.
That would be good, too.
Anyway, thank you for sharing that with us.
Have a good morning, all.
Thank you. That was an awesome story. In a nutshell, what it was is there was a woman, she's 90 years old now, and Jim Penna sent me this story, and she was, her father, I think she watched her father die in a firing squad. I think she watched her brother die, or maybe being taken off to a gas chamber because he wasn't deemed able to work, so they dragged him off and had him killed, and her mother was killed. Anyway, she figured she was going to die, and then she was rescued when they were liberated, and the American soldier who carried her out of there, literally carried her 60-something pound body out of that concentration camp at the end of World War II, is somebody she always wanted to thank, and she could never thank him. She ended up moving to America. And this guy also happened to live, well, she ended up moving to New Jersey, and this guy also happened to live in New Jersey. Anyway, so she read in the paper a story about a wedding announcement, I believe, and he and his wife, I think, were named. I don't know if I'm confused now. If they were the ones getting married, maybe late in life marriage, or maybe they were the grandparents. Anyway, so she recognized everything, and she called the family. Long story short, she connected with the guy and was able to thank him for saving her.
Oh my gosh!
Great
what
story.
A wonderful story.
Love that story, Jim. Thank you so much for sending it to us.
Wonderful story.
All right, let's take a second look at some of these news items. First of all, tonight it's going to get cold.
Yeah.
This is the story we need to pay attention to. The National Weather Service in Jacksonville has issued a hard freeze warning for us, for Marion County. Not just us, but you're listening here, right?
Yeah.
Our entire area, actually. The hard freeze warning goes from 11 p.m. tonight until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. An Arctic blast, you've been reading about this, hearing about this, crossing the country, bringing temperatures really low. I'm going to do that in just a second, tell you what the temperatures are around the country. A hard freeze is predicted now. A hard freeze is defined as any time temperatures drop below 27 degrees and it stays that low for at least 2 hours. And in this case, they're predicting 11 p.m. till 10 a.m., so that's what, 11 hours?
Wow,
so
that's right.
11 hours starting tonight, and you just might see me bringing my dog into the studio tomorrow.
Well, you should. She'll be fine.
I just might bring my dog in.
We've had her here before.
Because I don't have a heater in my house, for those who wonder about that.
But, yeah.
I usually keep her warm with blankets, but she doesn't know to put them back on.
I know. She'll get
I'll
up.
bundle her up. She'll get off the chair. Yes, I let my dog on the chair. That's her chair.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Anyway, so she doesn't know to put them back on. It's like, how can you not know this? You know that's comfy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Why wouldn't you get back under them? A cat would do it.
That's right.
I should make her feel bad. Oh, cat would do it.
Yeah. No, she'd just, be more aloof then. She'd say, well, I'm better than a cat.
Let's see what else.
I live indoors.
What else? There's a rocket going up tonight, assuming that the cold doesn't stop it, and the scientists say, no, that shouldn't matter. It's another one going up from the Cape. It's another one of those rockets from the private company called SpaceX, and it is scheduled to lift off at 5:06 p.m. It's a Taiwanese satellite in the rocket. Taiwanese, is that right? Did I say that right?
Yes.
And it is going to the purpose of the satellite is to bring high definition TV service to parts of Southeast Asia and Africa.
Oh, wow.
So they'll be able to watch TV too, like the rest of us.
Of course.
There you go. Then the other, I guess the other two stories is the guy in Daytona. It's a terrible, troubling story, but the only person who was really hurt was he himself. He killed himself. He went into the hospital, was threatening people with a shotgun, and I guess he butted. What do you say when you take the back of a gun? Butt.
You butted them in the head.
Yeah, he hit them
with the butt of the gun. Yeah,
that's right. A couple of nurses, but then he killed himself. You saw this on the TV news or something?
No, I heard you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so he's dead. And then the other one is there's a court battle. If you've ever had a tree that was cut down without your permission by the state, a citrus tree, because of canker, now chances are you didn't have this happen to you in Marion County. I remember talking to Carol Ann about this once.
Yeah.
This is mostly a South Florida thing, but $463 per tree. Now, this did go as far north as Orange County.
I remember when you had that story originally.
So the class action lawsuit is seeking $463 per tree that was cut down. This was back in between 2000 and 2006.
Yeah, I remember when you had that story. That was awful. State just came in and tore down the trees, didn't give the owners any kind of a chance to do anything.
All right, so let's see, what is the temperature in Milwaukee right now? Okay, just before we go to Pastor Walter B. Smith, let's see real quickly, what is the temperature in Milwaukee?
Below zero, I bet.
You think it's below zero? It is so. Minus 12.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, because if that front's coming, that's
minus 12. What is the temperature in Atlanta? Let's bring it a little closer to home.
Okay.
See how far that cold front has gotten. It's 26 degrees in Atlanta right now.
Oh, okay.
What is the temperature in New York City? Let's see.
My son works there.
51 degrees in New York.
Oh, there you go. Just like us. We're almost 60, right?
Let's see what it is here in Ocala. Ocala. How come New York is being spared? It's 64 degrees here right now. Maybe it just didn't make it as far east as we think.
Yeah, maybe not. I was looking at your thermometer.
Let's see what it would be in Detroit. Let's see, Detroit. Temperature in Detroit right now, 13 degrees.
Uh-huh.
Think of another one. Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philadelphia is good.
Philadelphia. What is the temperature in Philadelphia? It is 57 degrees.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah, because that's pretty east.
Yeah, but, okay, 65 degrees in Jacksonville. All right, let's try Nashville. Mm-hmm. We've got to go. This will be the last one I look at.
Oh,
Nashville, Tennessee. It is 6 degrees.
Wow.
So yeah, it's still west. It didn't make it all the way to the east yet. All right, let's go to Pastor Walter B. Smith. This is his feature called "Bring Back the Bible," and we'll be back after Pastor Smith. Deal?
Deal.
Well, a good day to you, and welcome again this morning to Bring Back the Bible. Gladys Aylward was born to a poor family in 1902. At a young age, she began working as a domestic servant to help provide for her family. But in her heart, even as a girl, she dreamed of going to the foreign mission field. Because of her lack of education, she was turned down by the China Inland Mission. Undaunted, however, she used her life savings to pay her own way to China, where she became widely known for caring for orphans and abandoned children. During the Japanese invasion of China, she led 100 children to safety over very treacherous mountains. Asked later about her work, she said, "I did not choose this. I was led into it by God. I am not really more interested in children than I am other people, but God gave me to understand that this is what He wanted me to do, so I did it. You know, folks, God places great value on obedience. Even Jesus demonstrated obedience throughout His life on earth. Although He was fully God and fully human, He did not pull rank on Mary and Joseph, but instead lived obediently, just as God expects every child to do. Now, if obedience was important for the sinless Son of God, it's certainly no less important for you and I. Though our society often lauds rebellion and even obstinate behavior, God praises those who are in submission to authority. In whatever sphere of life you find yourself in,